You read Revelation chapter 2 and 3, you saw that the church was described as territorial lampstand. So any territory that has church, that church has become the light of that region. Because the job of the church is to bring the government of God over a people and over a territory. So any church that does not have territorial implication is a social gathering. That church is not recognized in heaven. And that's why you see one of the ways Jesus threatens churches is that I will come quickly and I will remove your lampstand. That means I will stop you from being a government over a territory. So a church that does not have territorial impact in the spirit is no longer a church. It's a social gathering. Matthew 16:18. Upon this revelation, I will build my church. The gates of hell shall not prevail against it. That means the government of hell cannot rule in the territory if you are there. So one of the ways we should begin to diagnose our operation and judge our efficacy is to identify the operations of darkness that our presence stopped. That's the proof that church is growing. It's not just about number. Number is important because it means souls have been added. But if we come into a territory where occultic activity was dominant and it remained dominant for the 20 years that we have been around, sexual immoral activity was dominant, prostitution everywhere, it remained for the 20 years that we are around. Armed robbery, kidnapping, banditry was dominant and it remained dominant for the 20 years that we are around. If we like, we should grow from 1 to 20 million. We are a number because the gate of hell is prevailing. So a church that is a territorial lampstand has the capacity to bring new government. So if you come to a place where young men were given to banditry, after 3 years, let there be a change in the story. You'll discover that all the young men who were bandits suddenly have become rugged evangelists, suddenly have gone back to school and they have become scholars. Some are making first class, some have gone into leadership and governance, and they are becoming relevant. And you ask them, they had an encounter because that church came. Some may never even enter the church, but as you are praying, you shift the dark cloud over the territory, and the spirit whispering to their ear is moved back. Suddenly, they come to their self. Because most of the things people do is because they are beside themselves. Did you read the story of the prodigal son? The Bible says he came to himself and suddenly became reasonable. So we pride ourselves in the wrong things. We are not territorial. We are not governmental. And these things don't trouble us because we don't know the role of the church. So long as auditorium is packed and we are doing our concerts and dancing, we feel church is growing. Church didn't grow just because number grew. Church grew because government was established. Look at those who colonized our country. When they showed up, they changed everything about us. Imagine me now. My name is Michael. And thank God Michael is the name of an angel. But it's because they endorsed it. That's why my father gave me. People are bearing Saint, Smith, Dosh, Clint. This is an African man that should be called Okechukwu. Okechukwu now is Smith. And if you don't call him Smith, you have a problem. That's the power of colonization. That's the meaning of ecclesia. They have left here since 1960. But if you give birth to your child, his first name will be Calvin. And he will be Calvin. They will call it with accent, with audacity. Thank God I'm even wearing traditional today. We feel important when we wear suit with tie, tuxedo, and you are walking. In fact, some of the spirituality we feel is the suit. Is the suit. And you walk like a holy man. Meanwhile, his suit you are feeling. That's power of colonization. You see, somebody wakes up in a hot weather. He's sweating. He's taking tea. He takes tea in the morning. These are a people that came to our land and deculturated us, colonized us, turned us to them. Even when they left, we are still living like them. And now we are running to their land to still tell them, lead us. If a colonial master, through strategy and military might, has this level of power, you who say you represent God, you have been in a territory for 10 years. That area does not reflect your value system. And you are happy that you are growing. So we don't know why we are here. If church begins to grow, the culture of heaven will become the culture of the people. And this is why we cry for revival. Because when it really begins to happen, if God is merciful, you will see that mercy will become the way of the people. If God is righteous, which he is, you will see that righteousness will become the way of the people. Somebody can lose his phone and they will look for the owner until he gets it. That's the proof that church has come. It may look impossible. It's because we have not been awoken to who we are. Because if we begin to pursue these things and they define our consciousness, we will make it happen. And it has happened again and again in history, and it's possible it can happen again. This is why we feel we have a role to play in our country. Otherwise, why are we here? Because we believe there's corruption in our land. If princes are responsible, we should be able to stop their operations, and we should be able to bring a new belief system, ideology and doctrine to the people of the nation until they adopt it and they begin to to think and live that way. That's when you become a territorial lampstand. That's the first rule of the church, to bring governance so that the will of God, as it is in heaven, it shall become also on earth. When Jesus was asked to teach them to pray, those were the first emphasis he brought. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. He knew why he was present. That is church.